Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Elena, I'm a professional makeup artist based in Vienna, and today we are going to be doing a full face of makeup products you can find on PURISH. Now, if you don't know what PURISH is, it's an online shop for makeup, skincare, hair care products, and they just have a lot of cool brands that you can't find anywhere else, like LUNAR Beauty or Made by Mitchell. And I feel like especially in Austria and Germany, sometimes we get left out when it comes to all of the cool makeup launches. So PURISH really helps with getting rid of the FOMO. Now, this is the look we are creating today. If you're curious to know what products I use, then keep on watching. And today's video is actually a collab with the lovely Jessica. I'm gonna link her channel and everything down below. And she's also gonna share with you her favorite products from PURISH. So make sure to also check that out. Okay, so let's start off with the primer. And I'm gonna go in with this NABLA Angel Aura primer. This is basically just a super hydrating kind of glittery primer. And you can of course apply this with a brush, but you can also apply it with your fingers, just as you would a moisturizer. And I'm just gonna show you a bit on the back of my hand. You can really see the glow. It kind of has this beautiful peachy tint, and I love it because it doesn't emphasize any texture. And it also just feels kind of plumping to the skin. So it's just like a glowy plumping primer for me. And especially those of you with more dry skin will absolutely love this. Next, I always like to do my brows before I do my foundation, and with this I actually discovered a game-changing brow product. All you need is a spoolie and this FLEEKY brow gel. And when you get the FLEEKY brow gel, it normally comes with a spoolie, but I didn't get that when I looked at the packaging, so I threw the rest of the packaging away with the spoolie. But yeah, don't do that. So this is just like a brow wax. It kind of feels like soap. The consistency is pretty hard. And I'm just going straight in here. You can also wet it a bit if it's easier for you to work with. And this is perfect for those of you that love a laminated brow look. Now you need to really go in with it, and you don't have a lot of playtime with the product. It dries down super fast, but it will literally hold your brows into shape the whole day. Probably even longer if you don't take your makeup off. You can also find at home brow and lash lifting sets from FLEEKY on PURISH. These are also great. I did a brow lamination. It lasted me almost 3 weeks. The lash lamination is still going strong a bit, but the lash lamination was pretty tricky to do by yourself, so keep that in mind. But you can see the brows are done in seconds, and I swear to you, these will not move. I love it so much, and I have recommended this to a lot of people, and everyone that tried it really liked it. Yeah, let's move on. So while we let these brows dry, let's get into the next step, which is foundation. If you've been following me for a while on the other platforms, you know that I absolutely love this CATRICE foundation. This is their Nude Drop Tinted Serum Foundation. In some of these, the dropper can kind of be faulty, but this one's fine. You only need a little bit. I have also talked about this in my previous best drugstore makeup video. And this foundation for me just tops a lot of the high-end ones. It looks beautiful on the skin, and I'm really happy with the coverage. Trust me, you need this in your life. But if I were to give another recommendation from PURISH, I would definitely recommend this Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Tint. This is also amazing. I'm using shade 3 in this one. This is just like your skin, but better. And I also really love the packaging. It looks so expensive. I mean, it is pretty expensive, but stay tuned till the end of the video. Okay, now let's finish off these brows. We still need to fill them in. You guys know I love a pen type of product when it comes to drawing hair strokes in my brows. So I'm gonna use this NABLA Brow Ambition. And for this one, I'm using shade Natural Brown. Just take your time and don't breathe while drawing in hair strokes. I also really like drawing in hair strokes in the front. That's like that extra step to really snatch your nose. Now, before we do concealer, we're gonna go ahead and use a cream bronzer, and I'm using this BPerfect Bronzer. I got this in shade 10, and it's still okay, but normally it would be a bit too dark for me. It looks like this, and I just dip straight in here. And then I go on the back of my hand. This is a very pigmented product. You can see. And then I'm just using it to sculpt my face. They have a great shade range. With this, I just picked one that's a bit too dark for me if I'm not 10. And these are just so easy to blend. Bam. Like these are super beginner friendly because you don't need to go as hard as I do. Like you don't need to dip into the product that often. Perfect. And of course the forehead needs all the help it can get. And with what's left on my brush, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the sides of my face. So yeah, great formula, great color payoff, can highly recommend. Then also from CATRICE, we've got a super cheap product that does the absolute most. This is the True Skin Concealer. Let me show you the packaging maybe. This is the True Skin Concealer. And I have been using this for the past 3 years. I think it's been since it came out. It's such a creamy and buildable formula. I also have a lot of shades in my professional kit. And this is again just one of those products that I recommended to absolutely everyone I know, and everyone loved it. By the way, I added more lights in the background. Do you like it? Okay, now we're getting to probably my favorite step in my makeup routine, and that is blush. And for blush, I'm going to be using this BPerfect liquid blush. This is the Cheek liquid blush, and this is shade Just Peachy. And I have a video comparing this to the Made by Mitchell ones. You can find both on Purish, but I prefer this one because you get way much for your money. There's a lot of product inside, and it's also easier to apply in my opinion. I also just think this shade, Just Peachy, is so flattering on almost everyone with light to medium skin tones. And I'm gonna use the same brush I did for that bronzer. And again, these are super pigmented, so be careful. Make sure to really work them into your brush, but look at that gorgeous color. So yeah, if you've been wondering if you should take the Made by Mitchell blushes or the BPerfect liquid blush, I would highly recommend the BPerfect liquid blush. It's amazing. And they have a lot of shades. They also have some that are more saturated. It will be perfect for people of deeper complexions. So check those out. I just love the way blush can immediately change your face. I just feel like I look so healthy now. But that's also a problem because I never know when to stop. I also love adding some blush on my forehead sometimes. Okay, now for powder, I have two. I mean, I have one because the other one I haven't tried, but I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. Maybe we try this one on. So I just got this Lunar Beauty Lunar Versal setting powder, and I love everything from Lunar Beauty, so I'm pretty sure this will be amazing. But maybe let's try this one out first. Also, just the attention to detail in every Lunar Beauty product and the attention to packaging is insane to me. So with the Lunar Beauty one, you even have that small powder puff inside, and I just feel so bad opening it. So you have this amazing packaging where you can just close it and open it the whole time. I have long nails, so I'm struggling like this. Okay, she's open. So we have this small adorable powder puff. Let's just go straight in. I am then working the powder into my hand. And I think this powder smells like nothing, which is amazing. No, it kind of has like a very, very light vanilla smell, but if you've ever tried the Huda Beauty powder, that one smells. Okay, so let's just apply it on one side and see the difference. I love the shape of the powder puff. It kind of smells like baking. Okay, I love it. I feel like it's a bit tricky to get out of the packaging, I will say that. Now I'm just gonna use this to set half of my face. I used a bit much. Okay. So now I'm going to zoom you in so we can take a look and see the difference. So here we are zoomed in with powder, without powder. What do we think? I honestly just love the fact that it comes with its very own powder puff that feels super high quality. And they also have a pink shade of this for those of you that love pink powder, but for those of you, I have one more recommendation. Okay, absolutely in love with this powder. And I just love the packaging because then you can just put your powder puff in here and just close it. And I'm actually traveling tomorrow and I will definitely be taking this with me. Now for the other ones of you that love a pink powder, this one's open because I used it in the morning. It's the Danessa Myricks, it's the Danessa Myricks Evolution powder in pink, and this one's just so smooth. It can be used wet or dry, and it's super brightening and just super smooth. Yeah, that's a great loose powder. Now I want to set that cream product with some powder products as well, and for that I'm going to take my NABLA skin bronzing powder. I'm using shade Umbra. This is a more luminous powder, so keep that in mind. If you have very oily skin, I would not recommend this, but if you have normal to dry skin, this product is amazing. It's super beginner friendly because it is more hardly pressed, so you can't really go overboard with applying it. Such a beautiful shade and just gives the skin such a healthy glow. So I love to actually have a more matte face and then just add shine in a controlled manner with like luminous blushes or luminous bronzers, so this product is perfect. Now, since we were on the topic of Lunar Beauty, it's time for my powder blush recommendations, and I cannot recommend any powder blush more than the Lunar Beauty palette ones. Let me just show you. This is their Nude Prism Blush palette. This is what it looks like. We have these two shades, which I honestly also use as bronzers sometimes. Then we have something for the deeper skin tones and then something for the fair to light skin tones. But I honestly use all of the shades because this one is also really beautiful if you just use a little bit. I'm gonna show you. This palette retails for something around 35 euros, which some people pay for one powder blush from like, I don't know, a really expensive brand. So I would definitely recommend you just get this and have a lot of shades. They also came out with a new one with a collab with Laura Lee, so you also have some other shades. I'm gonna plop it on the screen, and I'm just gonna go ahead and use shade. I normally just use these three from the top, so I kind of go in these two first and then I use a pop of this one. First in, we go with the lighter ones, and I like to apply my blush all the way underneath my eyes and kind of in a more rounded shape to give a little bit more fullness to my face. Right here, perfect. And then I take what's left on my brush and go all the way up to my temples. And then I just take a pinch of that kawaii shade, which is the super dark pink, and I only use it on the apples of my cheeks like this. I only dip like once or twice in the color, and you can see it's not crazy at all, like it's just this beautiful cool tone pink. I love it. What do we think? Look at that difference. And yes, I always love setting liquid or cream blushes or cream bronzers with powder products because it just translates way better on camera, and it also just lasts perfectly throughout the day. Because sometimes products like these are the first ones to disappear, but not if you use them like this by layering them. So basically I can just go ahead and tell you I recommend absolutely everything from Lunar Beauty. I would say it's my favorite makeup brand. I normally can't answer that because I feel like there's not one brand that does all of their products like perfectly, but Lunar Beauty sure comes super close. I haven't tried anything from them that I didn't like yet. Okay. So yeah, I definitely really love to go a bit overboard with the blush, but it's who I am. Let's get into something more fun. Let's do the eye makeup now. Now for eyeshadow, I have quite some recommendations, but I'm gonna try and keep it short and sweet. First, I'm just gonna use this Dominique Cosmetics eye base. This is their 24-hour crease-proof eye base. And it's more yellow tone, which for me and for my skin tone is absolutely perfect. And for those that have medium skin tones, it's gonna be amazing as well. This kind of reminds me of the P. Louise base, but in better because it does really make your eyeshadow long lasting. So I'm just tapping it all the way right up into my brows. With eyeshadow base, I really want to apply it wherever I'm gonna apply eyeshadow. Now when it comes to eyeshadow palettes, I'm gonna try and keep it short and sweet. I have 3 absolute favorite palettes from Purish. So the first one is the BPerfect Interstellar eyeshadow palette. Everyone that loves colorful eyeshadow, it doesn't get better than this. We have all of the grays and all of the blacks here, and then all of the colors here. This is just the best colorful eyeshadow palette. BPerfect has one of the best colorful eyeshadow formulas out there, and I just love that we have everything ranging from deep black to super pastel shades. So this to me is the perfect colorful eyeshadow. If you can only get one colorful eyeshadow, get this one. On the complete other end of the spectrum, we have the Dominique Cosmetics Transition Palette. This one is a must-have for all working makeup artists or for everyone that just loves a nude makeup. You can see I've hit the pen there. These are the most beautiful shades. I even used that mustardy one, even though it doesn't look like you could use it maybe. and it's perfect for any skin tone. You have all of the shades that you could ever need here. I love this one. I always take it with me whenever I have clients. And then this is a newer release, and this is again from BPerfect. I just love their eyeshadow formula. This is their Gravity Shadow Palette. Let me just open her up. She looks like this, and she is gorgeous. This one also has just the absolute perfect cool toned nude shades. I feel like normally palettes always give us the yellow toned colors, but this one just has the perfect neutral to cool tone shades. So I was thinking for today, let's use the Gravity palette because I want to do something that's more on the subtle side a bit. It probably won't turn out that way. Yeah, no, it definitely won't. Because I also have some other products that I want to show you that I would really love to use. Okay, so for eyeshadow, I'm just gonna go ahead. Okay, so first off, I'm just gonna take a brown, a lighter brown, and just use it all over my crease, just to lay the base for our look. Then I can kind of decide what it is that I want to do. BPerfect eyeshadows are also so beginner friendly. They are so blendable. Such a great formula. There is some fallout. If you mind that, just be careful. But for me, fallout just means that they are perfectly pressed. Because if there's no fallout, they are usually not as pigmented, in my experience. Oh, and then some brushes I really love are these Suva eyeshadow brushes. They're also from Purish. The other ones are dirty, but they just have the absolute perfect shapes for eyeshadow application. Okay, now I'm gonna dip into shade Search, which is just a darker brown. And I'm gonna place it on the outer part of my eye to just kind of get that smokiness going. I am just kind of tapping instead of swiping to really build that color and let it stay super rich. But this is not an eyeshadow tutorial, so I'm kind of gonna skip through the look a bit and be right back to show you some other products. Okay guys, so let me just show you the shade Cosmic Dust from this palette. This is the ultimate sparkly, wet looking shade. Look at this, it's gorgeous. My nails are too long for me to be able to get in there. But I'm gonna use a brush. But I just wanna zoom you in a bit for this part. Just look at this. It's beautiful. This is one of the most beautiful eyeshadow textures and shades I have ever seen. Okay, now before I add some black for depth, I just want to show you these BPerfect Cosmetics Sparkle Liquid Eyeshadows. They come in 3 shades. This is stunning, but I feel like it will be too overpowering for the look today. But I did some other looks with it and it's gorgeous. So I'm gonna go ahead and use shade Delish. And you can plop those right onto your lid and then blend, or put it on your hand and then blend. I'm just gonna put it directly on the lid because that way it's just way more sparkly. And then just take a synthetic brush and tap it around to make sure it's dispersed. I just love the sparkle. If you're gonna use a sparkly eyeshadow anyway, of course you don't need this, but I just really wanted to show you guys how pretty this can be. Or something else for those of you that really love a sparkle, this NABLA quad of pressed glitter is insane. I have already applied a bit on this side, but just look at that beautiful multicolored shift. No glitter, glitter. Plot twist, this just turns in a video where I just show you a ton of sparkly things. Okay, next up we have mascara, and this is the NABLA Vicious Mascara, and look at the packaging. Need I say more? This just looks like a gem on your vanity, to be honest. I'm gonna zoom you back in again just so we can take a look at this. And to see it applied, we have a very short and fat applicator. But that's perfect for making your lashes look thick. And it also does a great job at separating them. Okay guys, how crazy are these lashes? They are so thick and they just look like I have fake lashes on. But you definitely need to like this more kind of clumpy look, because that's what you're getting whenever you're trying to make your lashes look super thick, but I love it. Like, that's always my favorite way to do my lashes. Okay, now we got to the lips, and I'm gonna use this lip liner. This is the NABLA Aero No. 9 in the shade Cappuccino. and it's my favorite nude shade next to the NYX Nude Truffle you already know. But this stuff doesn't move. It's so long lasting, it's crazy. And I always love smudging this lip liner. I don't really like too precise lips. Okay, so this is how I like to do my lips, and now I'm gonna go ahead and add this NABLA Beyond Jelly lipstick. I really love the formula of this. This is the shade Blooming. So this is basically like a sheer lipstick, but it looks so shiny on the lips. Let me just show you. It may be a bit too much because of the color, but we'll try. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be too much. I also have another shade, but I think I want to see this through. Look at that high shine. And you can of course smudge the edges to make it look more natural, but then you're not gonna get that super glossy effect that it would have at its full capacity. Perfect. Is the lipstick too much? I can't tell. I think it looks great, but maybe I'm just delusional. No, I think I'm gonna leave it like this. Okay, and then as a last step, we have this glowy setting spray. I just really love this to rehydrate throughout the day. And it just has the finest mist ever. See? Plot twist, now the camera won't focus because I just did that. And then a last few words about the NABLA Freckle Maker. You can of course use it to make freckles, or I use it to just accentuate all of my beauty marks and put a fake one right there. That's how I roll. Okay guys, so there we have it. This is our full face of makeup products you can find on PURISH. I really love how this look turned out. I think it's beautiful, I think it's glam. I think for me it's also perfect for just any evening or whenever I'm feeling more fancy or more glittery. It's not just like a night out makeup. But comment down below where you would wear this makeup, and comment down below if you know any of these products or if you're gonna try out some of them. And now me and Jessica have a surprise for you. The lovely team at PURISH gave each of us a code for all of our subscribers and followers, and with our codes you can get 20% off of the entire website except the Advent Calendar and no cosmetics. So my code is ElenaBeauty20. So if you saw something in this video that you really want to try out, or if you maybe have some products on your wish list for the longest time now and they've been too expensive or something else, now is the perfect time to go ahead and get them. Now, to make the shopping process easier for you guys, I'm also gonna link everything I use down below. I'm also gonna link Jessica's video, and everything else you need to know will be in the description of this video. Thank you so much to PURISH, thank you so much for Jessica for this incredible idea of the collaboration. And please guys, make sure to also check out Jessica's video to see what her favorite makeup products from PURISH are. Now let's do some poses for the final look. Okay guys, have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!